Okay.
Okay, I'm Thomas Meilstrup, and I'm a singer and a songwriter, and currently I am on tour in Germany with Gavin DeGraw, who is one of my childhood inspirations.
So when did you start writing music?
I started writing songs right after I left like the small classes before I went to high school. I liked like writing melodies and stuff like that from earlier on, but it wasn't up until that point I really had something to tell and something like on my heart that I really wanted to express. So I guess like since I was 14 or something.
Where do you take your inspiration from?
I draw my inspirations from a lot of different sources, I would say. I grew up listening to all kinds of music, from Michael Jackson to John Mayer to Joni Mitchell, and like even Hannah Montana back in the zeros. Like somebody who is storytelling in their way of writing and in their way of expressing themselves musically.
So what characterizes a typical Thomas Meilstrup song?
It is that every story kind of originates from my life, and I tend to write melodies that when I go live become very challenging to sing. Like, but I think it's because I grew up listening to so much Whitney Houston and stuff like that, and I've always really loved these melodic elements where you can like really cry your soul out and really like get in the depth of emotions, and that's what I strive to do. Yeah.
What music do you listen to in private?
Right about this point, I really like Ceilings with Lizzie McAlpine. I think that's a lovely song. I love her emotion, and yeah, her way of singing I like. Scarlet with Holly Humberstone. At the moment I'm listening a lot to her music as well, and then constantly I'm listening to old stuff like Elton John or Joni Mitchell or Gavin DeGraw for that matter, with whom we're on tour right now actually.
You just moved to the city. You made me feel I was needed. I made you feel less alone.
So when you're not working, what do you spend your time on?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna sound like a freaking boomer now, but I just genuinely like relaxing, and I'm very much of an outdoor guy. So actually, there's one thing I like above everything, and that's going to the woods to go mushroom hunting, because I love cooking. And Johannes, who is also playing a guitar in my band and is one of my good friends, he is also really much of a master chef. So we can spend many hours in the kitchen just cooking and having a good time there. So I think, yeah, like really chill stuff like cooking, going outside, or just like enjoying the woods or the outdoors, and then of course writing songs, but I wouldn't consider that working. Like I play for fun and write for fun's sake either way. So music and good food. Yeah.
What's your favorite place on earth?
I think my favorite place on earth would be there's some hills called Tibjergebakka that is like in my hometown, right next to the sea at the north coast of Zealand in Denmark, and it's so desolate, and there's some beautiful hills, and it's a place that I went when I was a child if I was having a bad day, or if I had a good day for that matter, and yeah, just love spending my time there. So whenever I go home to my parents, I love to take a walk up there in those hills and yeah, just feel home. Yeah.
And do you know any German artists?
I know Nina Chuba, and I know Michael Schulte. Is there a guy called that? Yeah, there is, right? There is? Okay, cool. Then I know Robin Schulz, of course, and Helene Fischer, and Scorpions. Scorpions go way back. Like I listened to Scorpions when I was a child, but I'm also a sucker for like 80s glam rock, hair metal thing. Like, yeah, it's a guilty pleasure.
Name an artist you would love to share the stage with.
It could probably be Gavin DeGraw that we're on tour with right now, because he's such an idol to me. But otherwise, I think maybe John Mayer would be a really good vibe. I think I love his playing and his musicality. I'm trying also to think of some female artists. I've really been loving Holly Humberstone for the past half a year. She actually shared a little cover of a song that I did of hers on on Instagram a little while ago, and then I manically texted her back and was like, yeah, can I join you for a tour or something? And then sadly she didn't see my DM, but we're working on it.
So if you would be an animal, what animal would you be?
If I were an animal, I think I would probably go with what my girlfriend categorizes me as, like a golden retriever, like a very loyal, slow dog that really likes to be petted and loves his family. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite color, or what color do you see yourself in most?
It's green, but unfortunately I'm colorblind at the same time. So it's like every time I have bought at numerous occasions a shirt that I thought was green and it turned out to be brown. So I'm not gonna say that brown might also be my favorite color. That's not what I'm saying. But it's all about the nuances. But green, definitely.
And what makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Very, very unsophisticated jokes that are like just straight out of the bag, shitty quality jokes. Like somebody would call it dad jokes. I love that. And I make them myself. And people love and hate me for it.
What headline would you like to read about yourself?
In the newspaper, Europe is singing along to Thomas Meilstrup's newest single. Something like that. It's not like, I don't want to headline things about like, oh, you sold out some big venue or something, because it's not, that doesn't really mean much to me, I would say. And it's not to sound like I'm super sacred or anything, but it's, for me, it's, you know, the feeling that we had yesterday, for instance, when we played in Hamburg with Gavin DeGraw, is just like, I think there was around maybe 700 or 800 people, so still many people, but still an intimate sphere, especially in the venue that we were. And I just love the feeling of connecting to people with the music. And yesterday we got people to sing along, so maybe the headline could say 700 people in Hamburg was singing along to Thomas Meilstrup's song. Yeah, that would be equally as good.
What's your biggest dream?
My biggest dream would be to just be happy and be able to do what I love to do the most for a living, and to not worry about anything else. So my very, very fortunate dream scenario would be to travel around the world with my music and to touch people emotionally with words and melodies and feel how that resonates in some way with people. That would be the ultimate dream. I know it's like a vague answer, but that is the dream.
What is there to say when you took away all my words? What is there to lose if I have lost it all?